Oakland Athletics vs Philadelphia Phillies. I see value in a bet on the Phillies to cover the run line at 106 odds in Saturday. Battle with the Athletics. Philadelphia enters this series with as much confidence as any team in the sport, having just completed a sweep of fellow National League title contender LA. It scored 19 runs in 3 games against the Dodgers and has been tough to keep off the scoreboard at Citizens Bank Park, this year 5.4 runs game. Oakland SP Spence hasn't been reliable since moving into the starting rotation either. He was solid in his first 3 outings but couldn't keep up the pace in June 5.40 era with a .306 opponent BA in 5 starts. Fellow rookie Phillips captured the Philly crowd in his MLB debut and is backed by a bullpen ranked 3rd in ERA and 7th in WHIP. He is a good bet to fan 4 or 5 hitters, as Oakland ranks 29th in strikeouts per game 9.7. The A's, who /.217 BA /.288 OBP /.361 SLG /.649 OPS in road games, aren't likely to cover the spread tomorrow. Phillies -1.5 runs. Miami Marlins vs Cincinnati Reds. Edward Cabrera is expected to start for the Marlins. He went 3.2 innings, gave up 4 hits, 1 walk, 2 earned runs, and struck out 4 in a no decision in his last start against the Chicago White Sox. On the season, he has a record of 1-2 with a 6.84 ERA, 1.56 WHIP, and a 35/15 KBB ratio in 6 starts. Andrew Abbott is the probable pitcher for the Reds. He went 7 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 walks, 0 earned runs, and struck out 8 in a win in his last start against the Colorado Rockies. On the season, he has a record of 9-6 with a 3.06 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, and an 82/38 KBB ratio in 18 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .213 off Abbott. Cincinnati has the pitching edge in this contest with Andrew Abbott. On the season, Abbott has a record of 9-6 with a 3.06 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, and an 82/38 KBB ratio in 18 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .213 off Abbott. He has allowed 2 earned runs or less in 4 straight starts. Edward Cabrera has struggled this year. On the season, he has a record of 1-2 with a 6.84 ERA, 1.56 WHIP, and a 35/15 KBB ratio in 6 starts. With a pitching edge, the Reds will win this contest by 2 or more runs. Take the Reds -1.5 runs. Cincinnati's pitching staff has been good this season. They are top 10 or around the top 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, WHIP, and batting average against. Miami's pitching staff has been poor this season. As a team, they are bottom 10 in the league in ERA, hits allowed, runs allowed, walks allowed, strikeouts, WHIP, and batting average against. The Marlins have been poor on offense this season. They are bottom 10 in the league in runs, hits, home runs, RBIs, walks, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. The Reds have been average to poor on offense this season. They are around the middle of the league in runs, RBIs, and walks. The Reds are bottom 10 in the league in hits, home runs, strikeouts, batting average, OBP, SLG, and OPS. Andrew Abbott will take the mound and has been good this season. On the season, he has a record of 9-6 with a 3.06 ERA, 1.17 WHIP, and an 82/38 KB ratio in 18 starts this season. Opposing batters are hitting .213 off Abbott. Miami will struggle to score and the under will hit. Take the under, 9 runs. Colorado Rockies vs New York Mets. The Rockies fell to the Cincinnati Reds in their latest contest, losing by a score of 8-1. Michael Toglia hit a solo shot, which was the only source of offense for the Rockies. Colorado managed only 3 total hits, while Austin Gomber gave up 4 runs in 5 innings as the starter. New York earned a 7-0 shutout victory over the Washington Nationals in their most recent contest. J.D. Martinez had 3 hits and scored twice in the effort, while Brandon Nimmo drove in 3 runs. 4 other players had an RBI, while David Peterson threw 6 shutout innings, giving up 4 hits, 3 walks, and striking out 5. The Rockies have been terrible all season long, but they are especially bad on the road this year with a putrid 13-34 record. I also can't compel myself to put any of my hard-earned money into a pitcher with an ERA over 5.00 for both 2024 and throughout his career. The Mets have been on a run recently with wins in 5 of their last 6 games, while the Rockies are losers in 4 of their last 5 outings. Although it is possible, there is nothing here to convince me that the Rockies can pull off the upset. Take New York Mets -1.5 runs. New York has had to piece together a new identity after their decisions last offseason proved to be ineffective at best. Sean Manaea and Luis Severino were signed to short-term contracts to bolster the rotation, and Jake Dykman, Adam Ottavino, and Shintaro Fujinami were all signed to one-year deals to help out in the bullpen. Additionally, Joey Wendell and Harrison Bader were signed as utility pieces in the lineup. Adrian Hauser was acquired from the Brewers, but they didn't do much trading besides that. Some notable losses include Carlos Carrasco, Tim Locastro, and Daniel Vogelbach. The Rockies are still in the midst of a long rebuild, and nobody is expecting them to compete this year with the likes of the Dodgers, Diamondbacks, and Padres in the division. The only two Major League signings the Rockies made were for Dakota Hudson 1 year, $1.5 million, and Jacob Stallings 1 year, $2 million. They claimed Jalen Beeks off waivers and acquired Cal Quantrill in a trade, but they also signed longtime veteran Charlie Blackmon to a 1-year $13 million extension. Some notable losses include Chase Anderson, Connor Siebold, Brent Suter, and Tommy Doyle. These two teams have hit the over in 3 of their last 4 meetings, and both squads are averaging totals of nearly 10 runs per game between themselves and their opponents. I have no confidence in either pitcher to provide a stellar start, and I expect each of them to give up 3 to 4 runs if not more. The Mets and Rockies are ranked 23rd and 27th in bullpen era this year, so I expect a few more runs to be scored in the latter innings to reach the over. Colorado hit the over in their last 3 games, while both teams have hit the over in the majority of their contests this season, take over 8.5 runs. Now, before we continue, I would like to welcome you to High Stakes. My name is Brian. I'd like to ask your support. First, please subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon so you never miss any of our daily betting videos. Second, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like. It really helps us reach more viewers. Now, before we dive in, for those interested in more premium betting tips and predictions, if our guidance has helped you win bets and increase your revenue, we would appreciate your support in growing this channel. Your assistance is vital in strengthening our presence on YouTube. Therefore, feel free to explore our Patreon tiers. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. Thank you. Washington Nationals vs Milwaukee Brewers. Parker has won only once in 9 starts on the road this season. The Brewers have won 4 of their previous 6 games against the Nationals at American Family Field. The Brewers' pitching staff has been effective versus Nationals hitters recently, producing a 2.74 ERA with a whip of 1 in their previous 5 games versus Washington overall and 3.45 at home. The Nationals hit only .186 with a .33333 slugging percentage during their 3-game series in Milwaukee towards the end of the 2023 season. Milwaukee has a significant advantage on offense in this matchup, ranking 4th in the league in batting average with .255 versus 19th for their opponent. The Brewers' pitching staff ranks in the top 10 in multiple key categories, so look for Washington to have a limited amount of chances to score throughout the contest. The Brewers have been effective playing in front of the home crowd this season, winning at a 65.1% clip. They have won 9 of their prior 10 series at home, including a sweep of the Texas Rangers. The Nationals have lost 4 straight games on the road and were swept by San Diego Padres and Mets. The stats and trends strongly support a comfortable Brewers victory in Milwaukee on Saturday. Take the Brewers to win. Keuchel pitched 6 scoreless innings against the Nationals the last time he faced them. 3 of the prior 4 matchups between these squads have gone under the run total, with only 25 runners crossing the plate during their 3 games set in Milwaukee at the end of last season. The Nationals have generated a lowly .190 batting average with a .307 slugging percentage in their prior 5 games against Milwaukee overall, and a .186 batting average in their previous 3 games at American Family Field. The Nationals rank in the bottom half of the league in multiple offense categories, so the odds they score quickly in bunches are low. Washington has scored 3 runs or less in 4 of their previous 5 contests. They have gone under in 3 of their last 4 games. The Brewers have held their opponents to 2 runs or less in 3 of their last 4 games. Parker has pitched effectively this season, producing a 3.44 ERA in 16 starts, and allowing only 1 earned run over 6 innings in his prior start. Most signs point to a lower scoring affair in Milwaukee on Saturday. Take the under 8.5 run.